Hey guys, this is James with Journey to a Six Pack and a Bigger Dick. And tonight I want to talk about how I lost a friend to diabetes and the meaning that I came to, I gained from it. Alright, guys? So I'm going to just go. First of all, I want to say if you were to look at this individual before they passed, you would not have thought them to be sick. Okay, they were relatively thin, thinner than me, a little bit of a gut, but not 400 pound. It was like the opposite, right? But they consumed a lot of sugar and alcohol, guys. I'm talking everyday breakfast is a not a Big Mac, a Whopper with Coke. They probably were drinking about a 12-pack of Coke a day. I'm not even exaggerating. Like I saw them come in once. I saw them come in once with for breakfast with a meal from Burger King, and then have like 4 cans of Coke, and then we went to lunch, and they probably had another three soft drinks, and then they went home that night and drank mixed drinks. So I'm very confident in the 12 pack of Coke a day. Very confident, along with Burger King for breakfast, either KFC or Taco Bell or for lunch, and then pizza almost every night. I know for a fact he ate pizza like almost every night. And he did this for about a decade, guys. He did this for about a decade, but he didn't gain weight, right? He didn't get fat, okay? Like if I did that, I'd be like 500 fucking pounds, guaranteed, 500 fucking pounds. But he did not. But instead, after about a decade and a half, he started getting thin. Like I'm talking like how like when people start getting sick and getting near the end, they kind of get thin like that. Okay. I also know he had ulcers on his body. I don't know the actual technical medical term, but I know they had ulcers on their bodies. And the thing that really did it though is they didn't want to go to the doctor. Like not only were they eating like shit, but they didn't want to go to the doctor. They would not go when things started getting like serious. Like like instead of saying, hey, I got these sores on my body and it hurts to walk, he's like, I'm gonna just ignore it, keep doing the diet, not go to the doctor, right? And eventually, the toe gets amputated. For those who don't know, I don't quite understand why diabetes. I know it starts with amputation. I don't know the exact science of why it does that, but it started in his toe, then his foot, then his leg, and then it was up to his hip, and then after that it was gone, and it went pretty quick. I think the first amputation was like 2 weeks before he died, so it wasn't like it went on. It was quick. And they died. This is the second friend I've had that has over-consumed. Okay, I had another friend who they were the opposite. They ate like this, but instead of being thin, they were like 600 pounds. They got a skin infection and died that way. It wasn't through diabetes; it was through infection. But the same thing, they over-consumed. They consumed and they consumed and they consumed, and they passed. Okay, and I understand this, guys. Trust me. I just read a thing that consumption is actually a form of love. Like, and it's probably the ancient Greeks looked at it, and I thought it was an interesting thing. But one of the ways we love is through consumption, right? I love fried foods, like me personally, so that's why I eat them, right? But anyways, the point I'm trying to make, guys, is that it was a terrible death. It was tragic, and it left me with this question. Was there something that I could have done? Is there something I, James, could have done to prevent this individual from going down that path? And the ultimate answer I've gotten is no and yes. So let me explain. I don't think there could have been a talk, or there could have been an intervention, or whatever you want to call it, that would have stopped them from going down this path, right? I don't think there's nothing I could have said or done to them that would have gotten them off this path. Okay. I do believe, though, morally, one of the, I guess you could say one of the main drives on this channel is that I, on an individual basis, I morally have the responsibility of making myself healthy, of making sure my own diet is in check. So when I say yes, I could have done something, what I mean is live by example. All right, guys, that's kind of the only thing I think you can do. I don't think there's like a speech you can give, or like or do something to force somebody to change the habits. I think the only thing we can do is live it ourselves. Okay. Now, I've heard this before, that you're the sum total of the five people you most hang around with. So on the one basis, that's often said to people, like, oh, you need better friends, because if your 5 friends are a loser, you're the 6th loser, right? But I kind of look at it from a different angle. You need to be the standard, right? It's that you should be the type of person that motivates other people to lift themselves up. Okay, that's how I actually view that. If you're be one of the 5 people that makes that you being in somebody's life accelerates them, makes them better, right? That's how I view that saying. So part of the drive, I mean, there's aesthetic reasons, but morally, I feel like I am bound to, work on this body, keep losing weight, keep doing the PE, keep hitting the gym, because I want to be an example. I want to be, I guess you say, the avatar of somebody who is disciplined enough to achieve these things, right? I want to not only have the discipline to get these goals, but I also want to have the good character and the good habits that also get there, right? Discipline is just, I mean, think about it this way. A fat person has discipline, okay? They're very disciplined in eating shitty food, right? So when I hear discipline, I sometimes think that's how I view discipline, okay? So instead of being disciplined with bad habits, we need to be disciplined with good habits, right? We need to be disciplined with good habits. And we need to know why we do these good habits, so that when people ask us, why do you eat like this? We can explain, I eat this way to keep the weight off, okay? To promote muscle growth and to keep off bad weight, okay? That's like why we need to be aware of what we're doing too. So that's the meaning I gained from this experience, right? I gained the meaning of I need to become a good example to other people, and the best way to become a good example is to talk about good habits and show the results of these good habits. Show people what happens when you do good habits day after day after day. And that's part of the idea of this channel, right? Or the website. I have lots of pictures of me, so you guys can see, hey, he does what he says. We can see his results, right? It's part of the idea. So that's what I got for you guys today. Kind of down, but I think this is a good, like, when you're in the gym and you're like, why am I doing this? I don't even care. Think about the people in your life who, by you doing this, you are motivating them to change their eating habits, right? Be the example. Set the example. Be the guy, okay? Because I said at the beginning that consumption is a form of love. There's another type of love. I've actually learned there's 3 different ways you can love. There's like the love of consumption, the love you have with a partner or a team, like so your wife or like maybe some people you work with. Partnership love. And the last type of love is the love you show as a parent, right? You make sacrifices and you hope that your sacrifices influence people for the better, like kind of like a parent, right? That's like the third type of love, and that's the love I'm talking about. So if you want to be like a shining light in that way, take the time, eat right, and exercise. And maybe not all your friends, but if you were really into this and you did a good job, somebody, I don't know who, might be your brother, it might be your best friend, it might be your best friend's brother, somebody you don't even really talk to, is going to look at you and they're going to be like, I want to be like him, I'm going to do the stuff he does, okay? So be that guy, be that goodness, all right? So that's my speech for the day, guys. I got some videos lined up for you, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Later.